It's hard to love the process of building a cool gear set that works to your hero's favor, only to play and realize, wow, this is garbage. And there are plenty of times where set and personal gears outshine the single stat upgrades of the common gears. Nevertheless, I'm going to rank these common gears by how likely most players are to upgrade them. I'll try to keep explanations to 1 or 2 sentences, so let's begin. The combat headband is a pretty useful gear for snipers, rifles, and force and arms hero to have versatile, range-increasing gear in a slot that isn't hogged for much else on snipers, unless they have a particularly saucy personal gear or want to run the Dark Eye for some reason. The commander's beret is pure dog water. Stealth in this game can be great if done right, but considering the boost to movement volume isn't all that amazing on this, and the fact that snipers, who are the most versatile in their headgear choices, already have bandages to make themselves quieter, so this should tell you right where it belongs. Mid! Protective goggles give a much needed vision boost to assault heroes like Sparkle, Satoshi, people running in a lot, which is great for particular battle royale gear sets. Not exactly something you have to upgrade, but worth it to use it every now and then. The only heroes who need the aim time from Special Forces optics are ones like Doc and Slayer, who have better options to run in their headgear. That being said, it serves some purpose, I guess, in niche builds designed for camping and squad v squad, so I can't knock it too much.
He is the powerhouse of the cell. Mike, I don't give a fuck about that!
Tactical optics. These can be a godsend for both LMGs and sniper no-scope builds alike. They're a bit rarer to see considering the range of versatility that headgear can afford, but they're certainly useful in rare situations. See Leviathan if you want a good example. Recoil. This is great for accuracy since it basically gives your bullets a % chance to line up with your enemies in your cone, basically aiming for you. That being said, unless someone's a scout using a personal or HP gear, this is the go-to for the chest slot, especially on heroes like Shenji who need way more accuracy to be viable in close quarters. Armor regen, yay! While some heroes do struggle with regenerating armor, a shotgun, Bastion, or Satoshi on your team will just be way better in the long run for armor regen. This is mid! And at least most heroes have trouble regenerating armor without personal gears. Every hero in the game has the ability to heal anyways, so this gear is actually useless unless you're playing Sparkle and trying to match out your HP regrow, which, by the way, is a terrible build.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
If you're having trouble with surviving, your hero can aim decently, this is the crutch for you. While it's kind of wasted on smaller heroes who prefer the set gears anyways, like Skeleton Heart, larger heroes can easily crank out 200 HP from this regular body armor. More like mid-body armor. Even heroes with massive armor pools don't want this junk. Maybe a Hurricane or something, but like, have you read the Marble Heart? I could maybe put the Spike Shoulder up here, but nah. Most heroes love extra AP, especially back when it was additive and not a percentage, but now it's still very useful, just not the first thing you should sink your nuts into. I don't know who in their right mind would ever pick up faster ammo gear instead of dealing more damage or reloading or whatever busted stuff comes into your personal gears. Shoulder pad. Sometimes useful on heroes like Dragoon and Smog who want to buff their armor damage. And since they already have it so high, the extra 10% becomes more like 30%, which is great, but not the best in slot. Rare. Gloves can be useful on heroes who need to reload, Sparkle especially if you don't have full personal. Otherwise it's decent, but there's better. One of the biggest memes ever. Don't upgrade this. I mean, it's marginally better than the Special Forces gloves since upgrades are more sought after and they're in every mode unlike ammo, but still, this is only useful if you're trying to troll a ghost on your team. Knee pads are pretty useless except in the case of heroes who need more accuracy. Lynx and Firefly exemplify this with high damage, long range, but pretty wide cones for a sniper. Bertha can also get some use for it, but really, why run this over booties? Precision implant is one of the most niche, but busted gears in this game. All it requires is a high-leveled gear that's useless in every other scenario, so good luck getting the nuts, playing with Firefly, Tess, Lynx, Doc, or Satoshi, and a teammate who's willingly going to play Cyclops for you. I made a video about this combo before with Firefly and Cyclops. Go watch it after this if you haven't. I don't remember what these boots are called, but they're pretty useless when personal boots are taken into account. The heroes who have the most need for this, like tanks, have the heavy boot, which just does the same thing, but better for moving accuracy. So like, these are kind of bad unless you're playing high spread heroes with no personal gears unlocked, I guess. Tech knee pads. These are one of the few gears that modulate your fire rate, and they're a common gear. These would always be the go-to if they didn't have to contend with the true goat of the foot. Runner's boot? Yeah. Scout? Runner's boot. Tank? Runner's boot. Rifles? Runner's boot. Shotgun? Runner's boot. If there's any particular foot gear that you don't know, this is all reliable. Extra speed is always a yes please in any build, and it takes a lot to give it up. For the same reason as normal shoulder pad, Wedding Band goes in the rare category. Extra damage to armor can really aid heroes who like melting that blue bar faster, but whatever. Thug Knuckle is literally the best jewelry gear, and it's basically unfair to all the other ones that they have to contend with it because it exists. Literally, just more damage to health, which sucks because some of the other gears here are decent, but why would you run them over more damage? ID ring? Trash. As I said before, armor regen is pretty mid! And in this case, you're not giving up recoil, you're giving up raw damage. You have to be stupid or desperate to run in this case, but in a really niche scenario, the armor regen could be worth it, especially in King of the Hill, where no teammate can help you and late game armor packs are just a commodity. No. The devices are all actually pretty great, so you take your pick, but we need to talk about the elephant, Spy Sphere in the room. Yeah, that's what this is called. And you didn't know that, because nobody ever uses it. Extra armor is always going to be worse than extra health, especially with the varied options of support you can get instead here, so wah wah. Exploder gives you more range. I like range. If your build includes maxing out on range while ignoring things like survivability, this is for you. Scan flashlight though, that's extra HP. Almost every hero not going personal is going to use that. Bang. Nutsink. Gas grenade? A pittance of armor penetration will still grant you a few extra points and unlock some nasty damage thresholds if put in the right build. It's not excellent, but it does the job and sees some play. And Echo Radar. If you needed your head slot but still lack vision, like Stalker, this just might be worth using so you aren't in a battle royale game running around like a headless chicken. And that's it. Let me know what you think, or don't. Toodaloo.